let the flour and everything dissolve in the liquid first. Some recipe may tell you to boil the milk first before you pour in it. Don't do this. Because if you have boiled milk and put in those, it will become big lumps and transparent, and then you cannot melt the flour. And then it will be disaster. You have to redo it again. And then it cannot pop. This is the key step. You have to make sure it's melt first. When you see the big lumps, use a spatula to press down. So, you see the big lumps, right?
Yes.
Press until it's all dissolved and melt in the whole milk before you bring it to boil. Otherwise, the lump will be here floating around. It cannot melt, so it will affect the texture of your mochi bread ball.
No yeast or
No yeast. No yeast. Technically, it's not a bread. It's a tapioca flour ball. It's not really a bread, but it tastes bread. So later when we bring it to boil, it will have this process will help to have the airy bubble inside when we're baking. So it's very important. Now you have to press. You can still hear the sound of the sugar and salt. So when you see there's no more big lumps, right? Then you can add the vegetable oil. Okay. Then because the oil is floating on top, right? You have to try to break it. Try to make it blend it well together. Try. At least it's not separate two layers. At least it's blend. Okay, this liquid is okay now, right?
Okay.
Then you pour it. You will have the chance to do it later. Okay, I will do the whole demo first. This liquid goes into the bowl. Because we don't want to get it burned. Okay. So when it starts to have something gooey forming, start to stir with the spatula quick. You see, you can see something like this already, right? Try to combine that thing together, the slimy thing. The good thing is, just now the flour is dissolved already, so there will be no lumps there. So the recipe is using the hot milk boiling there, wrong. It will become disaster. You throw away the thing, and then it cannot form the shape. It become very flat. So when you see like this, keep on scraping the one. So better if you're at home, you use a non-stick pan. So because after you cook everything, supposing that the pot is clean.
Everyone look at me. Thank you.
Supposedly it's clean because you can gather everything, and they have oil there, so it should be easier to should not be burning. Okay. When it's too hot, you can go down one bit, okay? Try to combine together. Okay, it's cooked now. When it's okay, pour in your dough and the oil. Don't waste the oil. so it's clean, right?
Yes.
Cut. Okay.
Okay.
Using the flour to cover it. So now we need to let the tapioca flour be absorbed by the dough. So we will because it's very hot.
Yeah.
So we use a spatula to mix it until all the flour is eat up by the dough. Become a very smooth and shiny surface.
Okay.
So this is one of the cooking process as well to cook the tapioca flour. You see now it's absorbing inside. Keep on pressing so that the dough have more surface for the flour to goes in. Flip. It's still very wet for the dough, so it can eat up all the tapioca. Your dough will be much bigger because yours is double size than mine. Because I eat too many this recently. I cannot eat it anymore, okay? So if you see now it's getting less, right?
Yeah.
Scrape. Don't waste, okay? Scrape every bit. Give some pressure. Especially using your hands, okay? Remember to do this as well. Replacing your hands with a spatula.
Yeah.
But keep on kneading it until it's all the flour is eat up. So you can see it's all inside already, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can touch the texture. That's good. Okay, so when its dough is like this, its basic form is done. Then we move on to the egg part. The egg is the key thing to help it rise later. So when you pour in the egg, don't pour in all at once.
Okay.
I will separate around 3 to 4 times. Let it absorb first before you put in another batch. Let the dough now eat up the egg. Like this, for example, a little bit. So you start to see it become yellow. When it eat. Now it's very solid, right? So later it will become a very liquid form. When you see no more egg, then add in another round until you finish all the eggs.
Okay.
It looks easy, but it's quite a bit tired. Make sure the big lumps is gone. Okay, then add in last bit. until it becomes a very smooth paste. Okay, how to know whether it's okay or not? Now you can see the texture is like this. When you are scooping it out, it will form a V shape. When it's dripping down,
Yes.
V shape, then it's okay.
Okay.
So when it's still very hard, cannot drip down, that means it's too hard. You need to add a little bit more egg. Okay. So you can see, drip down like this, V. Okay. So this time, now we can add in a little bit of the. This is Parmesan cheese. Parmesan, very strong taste, but it's lovely. This, how to say? Parmesan cheese is a very hard cheese, so it won't melt as well. It will get a flavor. So later when you add in this one, it will become less liquid because it's a powder, right?
Yes.
It will absorb. So we will add in this one first before adding the cheddar. Okay. The cheddar, just now I'm using this one to chop up. So it depends on the size you want to have it to eat, but make sure it can be pumped out from the bag later. Okay. So I will want a bit more. This one is optional. In the recipe, you can skip it if you don't have this kind of cheese. But I want to have a stronger and more prettier the color, so I let you have this one.
Okay.
Okay, so this one I'll go in. Don't waste. Cheese powder is very expensive. Don't waste. Okay, so fold in. Remember now you have to scrape everything together. It becomes less sticky, right? Less gooey. More solid form. Become less runny, right, than before. Make sure it's like this. Then I stir in this one. What? Give color. You say, so little bit of cheese can already have cheese here? Yes. So you can sell more. Okay. A little bit of cheese like this already have the flavor. Plus we are making it bite size, so it's okay.
Any alternative for the cheese? No.
As long as it's high melting point.
Okay.
Don't use the one very soft. Like the sliced cheese, American cheese is very soft. It will melt. As long as it's another type of cheddar, it's other Gloucester, whatever, it's very high melting point using that one. The one is like a block, very hard, that kind of cheese. You find that one. Don't use the one very soft, it's light. Okay.
How about
chocolate? I will go for this one. This one, huh? So when you are pie, using one hand is like this, and other one is like that.
Okay.
In the middle, get it very close to the center, to the paper. In the center, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Squeeze it out until it's spreading out, right? Okay, like this. Middle.
Yes.
Pumping until it spills up. It's like until it spread out like this. It will have a perfect shape later, okay?
Yes.
Tip mine. Make sure the tip is go down, yeah? So it won't burn. It will have a very smooth surface.
Just only the tip.
The tip, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We want to press it back down.
Oh.
The water helps our finger not to stick them in the shoes. You can smooth out it beat for the surface a little bit. Slowly. So